Okay, what we have here is a double cellar that was apparently originally dug during the first year of the settlement. It first was used as an experimental laboratory, I would say. Blacksmithing was being tested and done in there, metallurgy, it appears, other things that in the early years of the colony, the hope was to find something, those guys, these specialists, would find something that would pay off to the Virginia Company.
With the blacksmithing activities that took place in the cellar, you can kind of see in profile here some of the clinker and slag from making iron right along here in the profile. And then there's magnetic pieces here. I'll pick up with the magnet, kind of show you that every time they hit the metal or when they're making the iron, you've got magnetic pieces flown across the floor. And everywhere where I'm standing had a lot of that material from that activity going on.
We also have crucible fragments, which tells us that this was sort of a laboratory where the colonists were experimenting with likely bringing ores down from the mountains and experimenting with the ore to see if they could extract precious minerals from that ore.
So this had multiple uses, and we could tell that by different floor levels, and there are actually at least two sets of post holes, so there were two buildings. One perhaps destroyed by fire, whatever destroyed it, it was replaced almost the same size.
Okay, the way these ovens would have functioned is that you would put a large amount of small kindling inside and light it on fire. The fire then is exhausted out the front, and then the oven, once that burns down, the ash is scraped from the inside with a screed, and then a wet cloth is spun around on the inside to get all the ash up so it isn't on your bread.
When that is no longer used, the cellar is filled in, maybe fairly quickly, with trash, everything from what's all around here, you know, that they're going to throw away. And we found, in my mind, a major in number type of artifact that wound up in there with this garbage and trash was military related. We have probably 24 sword hilts, sword, many pieces of armor, maybe equipment that has been broken and no longer of use for the corps de garde, which would be on this side of the fort anyway. And so that's what could suggest why that was filled in with that material. That didn't have anything to do with the cellar. I mean, it's fill after the cellar's used as an open space.
Well, this table shows you some of the artifacts that are coming out of the cellar. I can see a lot of kitchen-related materials, and it does appear that we know that we had the bake ovens there, so it does seem like part of what was going on was related to cooking. We may have a lot of trash associated with the governor's residence, the governor's row, because we do have some pretty nice things as well, like Chinese porcelain. You can see it's not been mended together yet because we're still waiting for the intermediary pieces to fill the hole. We've also got a candlestick, and that's indicative of status because candles were real expensive during this time period. We've got gentlemanly pursuits of picking up seashells from the West Indies. We've got a number of these shells that have come out of this same context. But then as far as cooking goes, we have these pipkins. There's a really nice one here, tripod pipkin. And you can see it's got signs of charring where it was sitting over the hearth. We've got 3 or 4 of these from the same context now.